Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Final Fantasy X-2, we got it. We got the Mascot Dresssphere. We're going to look at the final episode complete here. We're going to go back into the Bikanel Desert. I did a previous video for this area where we have to find all of the cactars that have gone around the world. But once we find all those cactars, then we unlock this secret boss. And then once we beat the boss, we get the episode complete for this area. And then I'll talk a little bit about my strategy for defeating the boss. But I think mostly this video will just be kind of like a sum up of my journey. But this unlocking of the Mascot Dresssphere has been a long time coming. And it hasn't been over the course of over a month or whatever, or like a dozen videos. It's been since launch of this game. I picked up the game, I said this in a previous video, but I picked it up when it was released to play with my sister. And then I did make an attempt at the Mascot Dresssphere at that time, but I messed up pretty early. So I wasn't able to get it. And then just all this time it's been in the back of my mind. It's been like a peak to climb, like a bucket list item. So to be able to get it here is super cool. And then this is based off of the Split Infinity Guide from Game FAQs. I had a couple heart attacks along the way. I was wondering if I was doing things right, but it did turn out to be fine, so that's great. Okay, but we have entered the battle against Angra Minu. I think that's how you say that. We're going to cast Protect first, because there are some big physical attacks coming from the boss. And then the jobs that I'm using 2 Dark Knights, and then 1 White Mage. And then the Dark Knight is kind of the ideal attacking job here for a number of reasons. But if you level them up a little bit, they get natural resistance to poison. And then that's one of the more annoying status effects here. Some other... Perdition's Flame, this is one of the big attacks. But I believe it's physical based, so yeah, Protect is helping us here. But the Dark Knight has the protection, resistance to the poison. And then there are other status effects coming at us, but it's like Silence and Blind, which Dark Knights don't care about. They don't care about Silence because their main attack, Darkness, is not a spell. And also it doesn't cost MP to cast, it costs HP. So even if the boss attacks us with like the MP break, even if we have 0 MP, we can continue to use Darkness, so that's really good. And it's also an AoE attack, and we can see that there's the main boss and then the 2 arms. So to be able to hit everybody at the same time is really great. And then the Dark Knights, they have a good HP, good defense, that's important here. On all of my 3 characters, I'm using Garment Grids, which will raise the defense and magic defense 20. I forget what the name of the Garment Grid is, but yeah. I actually feel like my guys here are under-leveled. They're about 45. I read that other people were beating it like 60 or higher. So what I did is I went for more of a kind of a turtley run. So raising like HP and then defenses, but then maybe less damage output. So yeah, my clear, this actually took an hour and a half in this battle. We're not going to watch the whole thing, of course, but yeah. Otherwise, for stuff equipped on for accessories for the Dark Knights, I have magic resistance up and then attack up, or damage up. And then for Duke, she has HP up, and then also magic defense up. There's an accessory which raises both the magic and the magic defense, so that's perfect for her. Although, again, sometimes the boss will hit us with the status effects. Duke would get like confused, and so she would not be doing the actions that I would want her to do. So I would have to waste actions casting a remedy, or using the remedy item on her, to get her back. So if I were to do this again, maybe I would take away the HP up accessory, and then give her Ribbon to give her immunity to status effects. And then I used a lot of the MP restore items during this battle. So I used all of my ethers, I used all of my turbo ethers, and I used all of my elixirs actually. All on Duke. Because again, my Dark Knights, they don't need magic points. Only Duke needs it. And then she would be casting spells to raise my guys, or heal them, or cast Protect, or whatever. But as much as possible, I would try to conserve MP by using Phoenix Downs instead of Life, or use Light Curtains instead of casting Protect. Okay, here, let's skip to the end. Alright, an hour and a half later. And I want to say that unlocking the Mascot Dresssphere is one of the biggest accomplishments in role-playing games. Because it's very involved, and you need to be, like, on the path from the very beginning of the game. And if you get one thing wrong, then it's gone. I'm not familiar with all role-playing games, of course, but I'd be interested to hear if there are other, like, super giant big accomplishments in other role-playing games.
It's all relative. This is nothing compared.
But yeah, that boss, that was difficult, but not impossible. And it kind of reminded me of a Final Fantasy Brave Exvius boss, which is like very long and grindy, and it's like you're walking on a tightrope, you know? Trying to do damage while keeping your guys up, and then, you know, dealing with the status effects and all that. I wish War of the Visions had bosses like this.
Hey, you're right.
But yeah, super excited about getting Mascot. Maybe in a future video I'll talk about why it's so good. Kind of do a review of the Mascot Dresssphere. I actually didn't know what it did until I researched it yesterday after unlocking it. All this time I've been working towards it without really knowing. But yes, it is very good. Alright, episode complete. That's the last one. And I feel like, you know, playing this game again, it's better than I remember. For many years, you know, I would say it's a terrible game in every respect, except for the job and then the skills system. But actually going through it, it's okay. Okay, so we get a cutscene. Come back to the airship. But this is a special one, because we've gotten the episode complete in every area. And we have the crew members here, saying they have something special for us. Shinra's so annoying. More annoying than this Jar Jar Binks ripoff, if you can imagine. But yeah, the mascot. These are like the costumes that you see at Disneyland. But we got Tonberry, Moogle, and Kate Sith, so that's very cool. Alright, super happy about this. If you have been keeping up on the videos along the way so far, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and we'll see you again. Take care.